Okay, and that's it. The first three modules of the cops. Oh boy. Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to another tutorial video. So a little while ago I made a tutorial video on how to install the Community Universal Patch, or the CUP mod for IL-2 1946. And since that time there's been a number of expansions to the mod, as well as a change in the way that the mod is installed. So the old video that I did is now obsolete. This new video is going to cover the installation of the mod as it is now. What I'm going to go through, the prerequisites, which I didn't actually cover in my previous video, much to the confusion of some people. I'm sorry, I forgot. I'll cover installing the Modular Map Expansion, which is the it's the only one of the set that is required, and it requires one of the other sets to function. So I'm just going to go through the first three, which is Modular Map Expansion, Dawn of Flight, which is World War I, and then World War, which is obviously World War II. So we did have one user asking me what website it is. Website is in the description. Everything you need can be found. Oh dear. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Everything that you need can be found on this one page. So this link, which is highlighted now, is in the description for you to click. Everything you need to download is there. All the instructions are linked here. Or you can just use this video. That's up to you. So, right, step by step. We're not going to go through the manual because bugger that shit. I have with me, this is a vanilla copy of IL-2 1946, and oops, that's right, yeah. I didn't want to do that. I actually wanted to go to this one. So what I've done, this is all of the mods. We're not going to cover these because it's the same as these ones, and I've taken the liberty of extracting them all from their archives. However, we don't start with the CUP mod. What we're going to do, I have my SES mods folder, so we're going to start by installing modact, which we will just do now. Okay. So yeah, pretty quick install, and you already see there's like a shit ton of new folders here. So that's that one done. AI Flyables, let's do this one, install again, and finally this one. So that is the prerequisites done, which is modact, and this covers the first 4 steps. The manual doesn't count. Yeah, as it says, it's not necessary to install the AI Flyables thing, but I always have done out of a matter of course. So it's up to you whether you want to do it or not. The modact is the only one that's required. These two I install out of habit. So from here, what we can do is we can do JSGME, which is a generic mod enabler. We can fire that up, and we have a list of all the mods that we can bring across, and when we want to enable mods, we can literally just move between them. Yes. To get them activated for our game. We won't do that just now because we want to keep our game as generic as possible. We will come back to this at the end. And again, if I change settings, this is the mod selector. You can see that you can choose between the modact, which is installed. We don't actually have these installed, but they are just listed, and then yeah, the stock game and things. So again, we'll ignore that for just now because we don't really need it, and we will move on to installing the CUP mod. So the first thing you install is the Modular Map Expansion, and now I don't think it is yeah, okay, so they don't or do they overwrite replace? Yeah, right, okay, so it does still say to unzip effectively directly to the root. I recommend against doing that, because what users report when they extract these archives directly in here is that things aren't being overwritten properly. So when they start loading a game, it'll get to about 70, 80, 90% and then it'll freeze. And that is purely caused by extracting these archives in the root folder of the game. So my advice to you is to extract them in a completely separate folder and then start copying them across. So that's what we will start doing. So we'll go in here and we'll start doing Modular Map Expansion. So that's one. Oh yeah. So we can copy them all across until we get to... Oh no, we can copy them all across. There is no restore points for this. We'll cover restore points in a minute. So let us... We've done one. Let's do two. Overwrite, overwrite. And then the same for all of them. Oh, no, shit. Okay, so that is us installed the Modular Map Expansion, which is Module 1. Now, I've speeded that up for your viewing pleasure. All I have done is go into each folder, copying into the root directory with full administration privileges, overwriting where it's prompted me to do so. There's only two things I need to mention about this module. One, as you can see, the files don't follow the same format, so you've got 1 through 9, which is great, and then 10, because it's not MME, then 11, and then 12 at the start because it's got the full shebang. So pay attention to that, make sure that they're all going in the right order. There is also a Modular Map Expansion number 13, which isn't necessary. It is optional because it's a preview to an upcoming expansion that adds just a little bit more to it. I don't have that at the moment, but you can install that if you want. Exactly the same thing. Just install the previous 12, extract it, and then copy it in. So that's Module 1 done. So we're now going to go on to the Dawn of Flight. So Dawn of Flight. Now, Dawn of Flight is where we start seeing these restore points. So we can install things in order until part 6. So that's what we'll do. We will start this loading in the background while we're doing that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll do 1 through 5, and then exactly the same thing as before. We're just going to start copying across. Okay, so we've now done up to part 5. So part 6 is the first one that we've come across that has restore point instructions. So we're going to head over here. This will tell us a little bit about the mod and apparently the stupid AI, and it gives you the restore point instructions. So first instruction is to disable everything in the generic mod enabler. We didn't have anything enabled, we don't need to worry about that. First thing is to effectively remove your previous thing. It does say to just rename it to this, so that it's no longer recognized by the things that load up the mod, but there's no difference if you just delete it. So that's usually what I do, is just get rid of it altogether because it won't be needed again. Now that that's done, yeah, it does in fact tell you to delete it when you're ready. So now what we do, we have part 6 here. We now copy that in. Just try and find a space to do it. There we go. Right, okay. So now we've got a new Dawn of Flight folder, which is great. And just to make sure that everything is perfectly hunky-dory, we can go back and put in the Modular Map Expansion number 12, and this will just repair anything that might have been removed when we deleted the DOF folder. And now that that's done part 6, part 7, let's roll. Okay, so we're up to Dawn of Flight Part 9. Now this is something that annoys me because this here talks about Part 10 and it tells you there's restore point instructions. There is in fact no Part 10. Look at the last 3 digits, W3A, and then if we screw up to... maybe there is. Hang on. We'll just check it and see. See what it says. Oh, okay, there's a new added part 10 that I am missing. Let me find it. Alright, so we're back. So, contrary to my previous statement, there is in fact a part 10. This is something I didn't realise. I must be getting crossed up with something else. So anyway, we've downloaded and extracted part 10 now, and it does come with restore points. So again, we'll go through the instructions. Disable everything, we don't have anything on. IL-2, we want to remove the Dawn of Flight folder. Just deleting it so we can compress that and steps 2 and 5 into 1. So now we're going to bring this across. Yes. Okay, and unlike the previous one, yeah, we don't have to install part 12 after this one again. Okay, so that's fine. That's not too bad. So at this point, what I can do, I could, if I wanted, set up the generic mod enabler. There it is. So now we have things for the cup. The cup mod largely has the same options as the SES mod, so you'll see, you know, forgotten countries, field of view, FX. Some you won't, so it's important to go through them, and then you have the specific options for Dawn of Flight. So I could set these up at the moment, but I'm not going to. And if I go to IL-2 selector again, change settings, we will now see we have the option for World at War, which isn't installed. Dawn of Flight is installed, so that's fine. But we're not going to run the game. We've now got Module 2 out of 3 installed. The game could perfectly well run just now, but seeing as this, World at War, is a different beast altogether, we shall tackle this. So as you can see, there is loads of things, and there are loads of restore points. So we can restore up to, so we can go as far as part 10, and then we have the restore points. So we're just gonna, I'm gonna start loading in these. Okay. Now, actually, the last time I installed World at War, it only went as far as part 12, I think. So all of this that you see here is new. We're going to be installing it for the first time that I've ever installed it. So it's going to be the same deal as last time up until we get to part 9. So let's start copying over. Alright, so I'm not quite at part 9 yet, but again, this is another place where you have to watch that you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, because 8's all the way down here for some reason. So yeah, just another thing to watch out for when you are installing them in this way. Make sure you get them in the right order, or you will screw everything up. Okay, so now we're on to part 10, which is the first one to have restore point. So let's see what the restore point instruction is. So, okay, don't just ignore that. So, okay, ultimate up-to-date reference at this point. Okay, so this one is quite simple. It is literally just a case of out with the old, so get rid of the old World at War folder, which is gone. And then copy in this new one. I'll make sure it actually goes into the root directory. Okay. So that was the restore point of number 10, which has now been done. So we can now move on. Get rid of that. We can install 11 safely, and then we have part 12. So let's do 11. Eleven is now installed with fix part 12. Part 12 is here. Let's just double check something. Ah, right, okay, yeah, sorry, I got caught out by the convention there. Right, so we now have part 12. So let us check and see what the conditions are for this. So disable everything, which we don't need to do. We've to delete the World at War folder, which is this one. So it's now gone. And let us get this one in. And as part of this one, we do have to reinstall the Modular Map Expansion part 12, so we will do that. And that's it dropped in. So, 12 has been done, so let's get rid of that. We can now go all the way down to 14 before we have another restore point to worry about. So, where are they? Right, 13's down here. So we can install that without much issue. 2 conflicts. We had 9,400 earlier. So that's done, and now we have another restore point. So again, let's quickly read up on what the instructions are. How to install... Okay, yeah, that's fine. Restore point for number 14. We are up to date. We have everything disabled. Let us get the World at War folder deleted. Where is it? There it is. So World at War is deleted. Okay, and it actually gives you a little bit of explanation as to why we are doing these restore points throughout the install procedure. So now that that's done, we can bring in 14, which we'll do now. Conflicts. Oops, that's not what I wanted, this is what I wanted. And we don't have to put number 12 if the Modular Map Expansion back in again. So 14's done. Now we can go all the way to 15C. Actually, this is, I'm going to read this one slightly early because of this structure. Okay, I don't need to know that. Make sure you're up to date from 14. So, okay, right, we have to delete. Now, it's not listed as a restore point, but I just quickly want to read this and make sure it doesn't have... No, okay, right, it doesn't have any restore point instructions. So, that's a little bit misleading from them. So before you start installing any of the 15A, B, or well, where's B? 15A, B. That's 16. Crap. Did I forget to download something else? Alright, well, let me start downloading that. I think this might be the one that I had a problem with earlier. Okay, I am downloading something else at the moment, so I'll get that stopped while we do that. So yeah, it's a little bit misleading because it says the restore point is here at 15C, but really you should start paying attention to the instructions from 15A, because that's where we have to go and delete the World at War folder again. So that's fine. So we'll get part 15A installed. Okay, so now that 15B has been downloaded, we shall copy that across. And finally 15C, which is now on. Okay, right, what was the end of that instructions? So install them, and delete the old folder, and there's no need to put in number 12 of the Modular Map Expansion again. So then the remaining ones are 16 and 17, so we can start to bring them in. And so that's it, the first three modules of the Cup mod are now installed. So that's the Modular Map Expansion, Dawn of Flight and the World at War. The Jet Age and the Golden Age are performed exactly the same. You just go through the website, extract each one and copy it over individually, stop and follow the restore points when you need to, and you will be fine. So now that that's done, we can ignore the web page. Let's go to the generic mod enabler. So there's now a lot of options, as you can see. Thing to remember about this, don't get too worried about the options, because it does have helpful text if you hover over them. Forgotten countries, don't need field of view, my field of view is fine. Mission Pro. TV Sky. New sky textures, yeah sure, why not. Some of the mods are quite big, so they do take quite a while to actually get installed, but that's fine. You can, if you are feeling like doing this very quickly, you can use Control to select multiple things, but I recommend that only if you know what you're doing. So I'll finish off by going through this one. CTO is a good one to have. It's a carrier takeoff mod. We've been through this. Park and cross disabler. That's for if you live in a country which doesn't allow swastikas. Random belt's a good one to have as well. And okay, let's. Oh no, I can only have one of these on. So let's do that one. And I think the rest of them are okay. That's default skies. I don't think we want that. Yeah, fine. Okay, so we'll stall that. We'll get one warning at least because I've been a bit lazy. So the mods will install one at a time, and as I say, because some of them are quite large, it will take some time to finish. And yeah, we're expecting that one. Yeah, right, okay, that's fine. What mod? Aircraft options, world, well, yeah, okay, right, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so that's installed. So that's how to set up your options. You can find the JSGME in the root directory of the game once you've installed the mod properly, and then we go to IL-2 selector and change settings because I want more RAM than 500 blooming megabytes. Let's go for World at War, save settings, and start IL-2. So now when the game starts, it will be starting with the cup mod installed. It does still say Ultra Pack, but it means cup mod. And that's it. So with everything now installed, you can jump into your favourite aircraft. The aircraft I've chosen in this case is... oh, what's the control for this game again? Ah, there we go. Yes, the Defiant. It's basically a Hawker Hurricane with 4 machine guns on the back. Whoop. Yeah. I thought this was one of the bigger oddities of the Second World War, but yeah. So this is it. This is a new map and a new aircraft, and everything is working well. So I hope this video has enabled you to install your mod and have it working, because I know a lot of people weren't able to get the mod working at the end of my last tutorial video, and if there is any problems or questions, give me a shout and I'll see what I can do. So, so thank you very much for tuning into this video, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching, bye! Where the fuck are you going?